Hi everybody, we're live.
Here we are.
Yeah.
Finally.
What do you mean?
We're done moving.
Well, not yet.
Well,
we're done.
Yeah.
John still has stuff.
What an experience,
Oh,
huh? It was
I'm
quite
telling
the
you.
adventure, you guys.
Yeah. But you know, Angus was reminding me because I was stressing so much about everything. Because if something wasn't going right or something, I would just worry and stress and worry. And then it worked out better than ever that I would ever expect.
Right.
So he's like, buck up, buttercup.
Yeah.
You know, stop being a big baby. Yeah, so hi Dennis. Hi Lindsay.
Hi, Lindsay.
Bonjour.
Hi, Dennis.
Ricky Mel.
Marshila.
Oh, she caught one live.
And
Wow, there's different people.
well, I'm so
Hi,
glad.
everybody.
We are so glad you're
Yeah.
joining us today. Here we are.
Exactly.
Okay. So you guys, this is an interesting day.
It is.
We have a dream that came in from one of our viewers. But I guess before we get to that, we should definitely let them know about some of our things going on.
Sure.
We have some art sales. Next week, we've been talking so much about Joan of Arc that we wanted to recognize her feast day, which is celebrated on May 30th. That was the day that she was killed. But we are recognizing it through our art sale, half off of our Joan of Arc prints. And you can find that at soulsenlightenment.com in our store. What else do we have?
What
going
code
on?
do they have to give? Or is
Oh,
it
yes.
there?
Well, for Joan of Arc's armor, it's already there. It's half off. But for the promise, the code is Joan for me. And that's the number 4. Thank you for reminding me.
You are very welcome.
I forgot last time.
We're a team.
Yeah, exactly. What else, Vera? Is there anything else that's new going on for us?
Besides trying to get a retreat put together.
Oh, yes. Hi, Tiffany.
Hi, Tiff.
Yeah.
And what
Happy
else?
Soul Day.
Yeah, just our regular services
cool.
and all that good stuff. So we can get to
Yeah, let's get
go to
right
our
into
website.
the dream.
You'll see it all. Yeah.
Okay, so we have a really cool dream that came in from our YouTube friend. There, we're back.
But it says offline.
Oh.
What does that mean? Oh, maybe we're getting back on.
There we go. I'm
There
sorry,
we
you
go.
guys.
The phone rang.
Yeah. Okay, we have a really interesting
so
question.
blurry.
Because I'm moving around. Maybe that's it. Okay, so we have a question from Mary Lester, our YouTube friend, is asking, hi ladies, good to see you as always. I was wondering if you could please help me with this dream I've had since I was a little girl, since you're on the Joan of Arc subject. I used to dream that I lived in a castle. I think it was in the 16th or the 17th century. I was locked in a room and I found myself jumping out of a window to my death. And before I hit the ground, I woke up in tears. The dream was almost every night. Could you please let me know the significance of the dream? Love and light to you both.
Well, it was not a Joan life, but it was a life where she was in a castle. She was a princess, or not. I don't even know if it was a princess, but you know how the God, what do they call them? Not earls, but different people had castles, and it didn't mean that they were royalty, but royalty gave them a castle.
I hear you.
So that's what she had.
An estate or
Yeah,
whatever,
yeah. Oh, God,
well,
that
a
is
castle.
bad. Yeah. So she was being forced to marry some guy that she didn't want to marry because it was better for the family, gave them more power, like they did back then a million times.
Yeah.
And she didn't want to do it, so she felt there was nothing else she could do, and she was not going to marry this guy because he wasn't. She was in love with someone else, as probably everybody else was. But so she jumped out the window to her death. The reason why she the reason why she keeps dreaming about it, though, or did, because it looks like it stopped at a certain point, because it doesn't seem like she's dreaming about it now, but was to remind her that, just like what Angus is telling me about the move, you know, things work out. With her, her mother actually came to her rescue and was coming up the stairs to tell her she did not have to marry the guy, and she already had jumped.
Oh, that's so tragic.
Yeah,
but it's amazing because she charted it to happen.
Yeah.
It happened that way for a reason.
For
For
her,
her,
chart her death.
but also for her mom.
Yeah.
Oh my
So
gosh.
it's to remind her to wait things out and see how things work out before she plunges to her death.
Right.
Not true. I mean, not literally, but in this life, it's like figuratively.
Right.
Yeah.
Like before just giving up
Or
on
just
something, or feeling hopeless, or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
Knowing that it's going to work out, or to
Right.
stay in something maybe just a little longer,
A little
and
bit
it's
longer.
it's gonna blossom.
Yeah,
or what
because she
have
was
you.
going on her way up. Yeah, the mom was.
Don't act so quickly with your emotions. Yeah.
Because when you
that's
think
true,
it's the
Lindsay.
end, it's not.
Yeah.
No such luck.
Yeah, exactly.
Joking, just
Roxanne.
joking. Yeah.
My dream was surrounded by animals, like
What's
maybe
like
she meant-
dinosaurs?
maybe-
What's
I
rapture?
had maybe she meant captured. I
Oh.
had a sword and used it to kill them. Always remembered this
Yeah.
because I
See,
conquered
that's
it.
a power. That's what you remember to keep
Yeah.
yourself powerful. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is really cool. I'm so excited because right before we went on live, Vera and I were talking about what we wanted to discuss with you and how relevant any of our past lives can be to this life. That's why we recall them. It's for a reason.
Yep.
But I'm getting really excited because several of you that we're seeing right now were in this life with us. There's several people that were there, and we kind of wanted to discuss it a little bit. It's just an example of how it can be relevant.
Yeah.
And all our lives can be relevant.
And we're always with each other.
Yeah, exactly. So this is our. You want to tell them which life?
It's the nun life.
It's the nun life, and
Because we've talked about it before.
we talked about it before, but we just thought it was really, it was really neat because everything is relevant to now. Like, for example, in the nun life, we talked to them, we told them about how we were not supposed to talk. And I used to sing. We couldn't talk, but I would sing. So I had that, or hum, or whatever, I would sing. But Vera, she wasn't going to let anybody tell her what to do.
Yeah.
And I don't know exactly why, but Vera would talk. And the person who used to chase her with a stick was the Mother Superior. But you know what's really funny about that, Vera? Was a gal that we used to work with at the office. She acted superior.
Oh,
And I'll have you guys know that she told Vera once, in this lifetime, she said, you know, Vera, it's not that I'm any better than you. It's just that I'm on a higher level than you.
I'm more elevated.
Oh, that's what it was.
Spiritually,
I'm
yeah.
more elevated spiritually. But obviously, okay, that's like a good little lesson right there. If somebody has to say that, if they feel they have to say that, that's because, first of all, they don't believe it themselves. They're trying to talk other people into it. And secondly, they're not on a higher level than
Right.
other people. Because somebody who is spiritually is elevated
Would
does not,
never say that.
does not need to put other people down. Okay, what are we missing here? I see that there's some people.
Dennis had a nightmare as a kid that I lost my family and was always trying to find them. Yeah, that was in a, what do you call it, frontier life.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I wonder if you resonate to that, Dennis. Like
Yeah.
movies or books or different things from that time
Wild
period.
West life, yeah.
Wow.
Oh, you guys are asking. Let's see.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ricky's saying, I never had recurring dreams, only if I'm really going through something and it's
He is saying, I guess we haven't learned our lesson, or we come back and relearn it. But that doesn't necessarily mean that we didn't learn something.
Exactly.
We just come back because we want to learn other things as well. So
And sometimes
Yeah.
we even want to specialize in, because at the base of every lesson is a golden key of knowledge.
yeah,
And sometimes we'll come back in not because we haven't learned it, but we want to learn more facets of it, to specialize in it, to help other people with
Yeah.
it.
but he said it seems like it was Italy or Spain. I'm not getting that, but go with what you feel.
Right.
Yeah, because I see more like a, you know, that little house on the prairie kind of.
Yeah, the pioneer type
but
of thing.
Dennis, go with what you feel that it is, because that's your soul picking that up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's also interesting
you,
to me
Lori.
about this nun life and so many of us being there is that, first of all, we really resonate to each other. We have this spiritual philosophy that we are gravitating towards, all of us.
Exactly.
And in the nun life, obviously, that was the spiritual
Yeah.
basis for our life. Another interesting thing.
Roxanne.
What? I was told my past life with my daughter was in a monastery. Was I with you two?
No, she said, yeah, in a monastery. Was I with you two?
It's very cool.
Yeah.
I love this soul group too, Lindsay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Aw, thanks,
Yeah.
Lori. That's so sweet. What do you ladies think about doing a past life regression on your own?
Well, you can do that. You can do a self-hypnosis type of regression. Just make sure you tape record it. The thing is that you have to remember too, when you do get things that are in your past life that are kind of challenging for you, you have to remind yourself that you've been there, done that, and you're only in the observing position.
Yeah.
So for the first one, I would try to get someone that knows what they're doing and to help you, and then you can do on your own. That's just what I recommend. But I mean,
Yeah.
you can.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean,
Because you have to deal with that popping up stuff, that bubbling up stuff that comes after the regression.
I agree with you
Yeah.
completely. I remember my first regression. I had a couple of regressions with people first.
Yeah.
One with Sylvia, one with someone at the office or two. And then I did try to do them on my own, like you said. And like Vera mentioned, a recorder or write down notes and things like that. But I just wanted to bring up a little bit more about that nun life and how it's relevant to this life. One of the things that you were talking about was that in that time, we were not supposed to eat a lot. We weren't supposed to have a lot. We dressed in, I don't want to say rags, but basically, right?
Well, they were itchy. I remember that.
Yeah.
They were, yeah.
But that was supposed to be like a show of.
And there was only one. We had to wash them all the time.
All the time?
Just when you had one, yeah.
But that was, and then there was the priest or the father who, or monk or whatever, it was the opposite. They were to have a lot, and also.
Well, I think it's this guy. I don't know if it was all of them.
I see.
But the one that was running the one that we were in had an ego that he wanted people to think that we were prosperous, even though during those times people weren't. I mean, convents were for people that wanted a simple life or had that calling too.
And what's interesting too is that was a sign of prosperity, was to
being fat.
Right. And so he was, and then our dear friend, who is also our business partner, she was in that life, and she was the cook. And we were talking before about that. He force fed her because it was a sign of, even though we weren't able to eat as the nuns, the sisters, she was force fed, but that affected her in this life, hasn't it?
Yes.
Because that type of thing. For me, I know in some of the lives, it was to almost be able to take back control over my life through not eating. Like, I'll show you. Or that's even
control.
it's even how I was able to leave that life, because I didn't have a long life in that time, because I died because I didn't eat enough.
Yeah.
We didn't have enough to eat.
Yeah, we didn't eat the right foods. It was just this nasty freaking soup thing.
Yeah.
That's why I had several lives with a soup thing. I cannot do soup in this life.
But this is the part where it's fascinating to me, how past lives are relevant to now. Because in this life, my father never wanted me to eat.
Yeah, I know.
And in this life, how was it for our friend?
I don't know. I don't know if her parents, were concerned about her weight, or I don't know. I haven't asked her. But yeah,
because in that life, he force fed her. So,
lard.
Right, lard. But in this life, I don't know.
I don't know. And a lot of times Sylvia said too, because she may not have brought that into this life. She did, but she may not know that, but she does. I don't want to just say too much because confidentiality, but yeah. But also, gaining weight is putting on protection. Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But yeah, so I just thought it was interesting, because in different ways you can see how these past lives are relevant. We had this person at the office, and having that understanding of how she was and who she was in that life helped us to be able to deal with her in this life. The same with our kindred souls and the people that we resonate to. The same with eating, like for me, being able to feel better about body image and not let that negative programming from my father affect me.
To this day, he calls her a fat ass.
Yeah, he just did a couple days ago. Why am I smiling? I think it's funny.
It's
That's
funny.
why I'm laughing.
Because
it's
you-
not funny,
because you
but I
overcame
find
it.
it funny because I overcame
You
it
did.
and I don't let that bother me
you,
anymore.
yeah.
Now, of course, when I was growing up, it did.
Of course it did. He's your father.
Because, yeah, I wasn't allowed to eat. But that's interesting, isn't it? Because just like what one of our friends here was saying earlier, we chart the same lessons again to make sure we overcome them.
Yeah. And then add other ones to grow. And it's not just the same ones all the time.
Of course, yeah, it's definitely to grow and it changes.
They want to know...
What? I think I'm
Deborah,
let's just say
the nun life, and those from this group who you said were there, did they travel your same path, challenge your path, or were they your nemesis in this group, in the soul group?
Oh no, we were together.
Yeah.
I feel camaraderie.
Yeah.
There wasn't anything. We were together. We were trying to survive together and overcome together.
And we really felt we had a calling then.
Absolutely.
Not that we don't now.
When you
but-
said that, it just gives me the chills
Yeah.
because I still feel like we still do have a calling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Just a different way. I can talk now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But you know, like who was it? Lindsay? Somebody said that they didn't talk to to other people. They just talked to their immediate family until they were 10. I was the same way. When people would come over, I would hide under the dining room table, and my mother would be like,
yeah, I was really
trying to
shy,
drag me
too.
out. Yeah.
And it's interesting because even to this day, I sing to comfort myself.
Yeah.
It's a part of my tools for protection. Actually,
Yeah,
I do
me
that. I do that.
Okay, so do you think you ladies had any lives? Yeah, we did. Past lives with this soul group.
Oh yeah, we definitely
We
have.
already answered that. I know.
It's so
I'm big
exciting. I love it.
Oh, big butt. You're funny, Roxanne. I've never heard that, Lori. She heard chubby thighs happen as a result of sexual abuse.
Well,
Huh,
I don't know about that
I don't know.
because I think it's different for everybody.
Everybody, yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, but another interesting thing about that too is when you were first at the office, you felt like you were a wallflower, right?
I was a wallflower.
I know it's
oh my
hard
God,
to
I
believe it
did
now,
not talk.
but she didn't talk, and it's amazing how you have completely. That's in the past.
Yeah.
That is just. It reminds me of like a flower that's just blossomed open.
Yeah, because I remember one of our people that we worked with said, "What happened to the wallflower? Why don't you shut up?"
But she has important things to
say.
Exactly.
Well, you know what brought it out is we had to. Sylvia, I mean, that was a godsend for me because we had to speak at church.
Yeah.
And
that's
none
for
of
sure.
us had a pass. Well, some of us, but we didn't have a pass. We had to do it.
Nice that we're brought back together again and again.
It
Yeah,
is.
it's so
The same
neat.
tribe, yeah. Just different ways. And look at how long we weren't together until we started this. And then it's like a magnet.
Yeah.
You know, when it resonates. Some
Yeah.
it doesn't because they're just there for curiosity and it doesn't work out. That's okay.
That's fine.
Yeah, because you
You
have
know,
to find your own path.
Yeah, exactly. And on your journey, just to have a little bit of something here, a little bit of something here could help you down the road.
Exactly.
Or remember.
Yep.
But it's so cool how I think in that life too, we just really were there to help each other.
Yeah.
And still spread light and bring that light into this world.
Yeah.
Because who knows what we were doing at that time, helping people.
Oh, really? Lindsay said the first one was Carrie Fisher. That was
Oh.
cool. Yeah. Because in this life, I like it better because it feels like we're doing more for each other and I don't want to say the world. Like, it's out there, the ripple effect and all that. Whereas when we were in the nun life, we did pray and that has a ripple effect.
Right.
But we weren't allowed to go out and help people.
Wow.
You know, we had to stay and pray. That's all we had. That's all we could do. We had to work, pray, sleep for a few hours. You know, it was a hard life. But we would find ways to communicate.
Yeah.
You know, where we didn't get in trouble. Well, the smart ones did.
I don't know. I could see us like working next to each other and you going, hey.
But you know what it was though? It just like popped in my head. It was more like telepathic, like we do on the other side.
Oh my gosh, Vera, do you remember when we were at the office and we didn't even need to talk?
Yeah.
It
Just
was
look
just
at
like
each
there.
other. Yeah.
No wonder it was from past lives.
Yeah.
All right, you guys, what am I thinking right now? That's really cool. I dreamt of Jesus telling me to walk on water. Was it Jesus or Angus?
Oh, it was Angus, but he looked like Jesus to you, Roxanne.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh, see, that gave me chillies. He's so awesome.
I
love
look at
him
his
so
painting.
much.
I remembered that dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, now, Roxanne, you're going to have to find out if you were in life with him, because he was coming to you.
Yeah.
That's super, super cool. See? She's probably in the clan with us.
Yeah.
I mean, in the Scottish life, not like the Tiki Torch clan.
No, oh God. That's why we had to change it. We said Soul Tribe.
Yeah, we used to
say Soul Clan.
Yeah, because I thought, we thought it would be cool because it's like a Highland clan.
Too.
Scottish clan, not the other one.
Yeah. But we're here. Once we learn, this is one thing I want you guys to really remember, and those that want to do a regression on their own, whenever something does pop up, it's to give you knowledge. It's not to make you feel worse.
Right.
It's to help you cope with whatever it is that's going on. If you have guilt, if you have, that you feel bad if something doesn't work out in your family or whatever, you have a chart. Your family has a chart. You're there to love each other if there is love there. Sometimes there's not, and that's okay. But see, he agrees. But yeah, please just remember that when we do get those memories of the past life, it's to help us, not to make us feel worse.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
It's that understanding. I mean, just
Tiffany. She doesn't know how she didn't talk in that life.
Oh, that's too cute.
Yeah.
Did you see what Dodie said too?
What?
I knew you ladies at a very dark time in my life, and since then you helped me a lot and still helping me.
That's
Here,
awesome.
it's
But
like
you
my
helped
safe
yourself
place,
too.
happy place. Yeah.
So give yourself credit.
That's cute. Tiffany has a really good point about how we have a voice now. In that life, we couldn't, and now we have the internet. I mean, we really can't reach the world.
That's true.
I mean, we can reach people in our community and reach each other, but it's so amazing. Having a voice and having the internet, it can truly go around the world, like where Dodie is right now.
Deborah, let go of that guilt. I mean, intent is everything. If you do something to intentionally hurt someone, that's different. But if somebody gets hurt because of what they say you may have said or done, and your intent was not to hurt them, it's on them. It's not on you.
Yeah,
and it doesn't mean you don't love them and support them, but you can't let them drain your energy. You just can't. You have a mission in this life.
Yeah.
And some people's mission is just to be miserable, and that's bad. It's unfortunate, but it's their path. You can be in a shining example by how you're living your life, but sometimes if you keep trying to tell somebody or try to do for somebody, and there's people that their theme is victim.
Yeah.
So
and the other side told us once too that, like you just said, intent is everything, and once you say something or do something with good intent, the responsibility becomes the listener's. It becomes the listener's responsibility, because sometimes people take what you say or do and they'll turn it into what is going on within themselves. It wasn't your fault. I mean, it wasn't your intent to hurt them, like Vera was just saying.
Deborah's saying it's the guilt of others I carry, not my own. But you're still carrying it.
Right.
So,
one thing you told me once that really I liked, you told me that it's not going to make anybody else feel better, if they're feeling bad, for you to feel bad with them.
No.
It'll help them more to don't take that on. Don't wear that mantle for them.
Yeah. I mean, you can be compassionate.
Of course.
That kind of thing, but it's just we have enough of our own things that we have to learn too, and that's part of it, helping others and doing and trying your best to be a good person. But if someone's constantly saying you did this, you did that, you make me feel this way, no.
Right.
You only feel the way you want to feel, not what others want you to feel.
Exactly. That's been hard.
That's hard for me too.
It's been really hard for me because my father growing up was so controlling. He was so controlling, and I can imagine that's probably a lot for other people too, is to just really embody and feel and be and think what you want to, what you are, to express who you are, not what somebody else is trying to put on you.
exactly.
If that makes sense.
You know, like, I don't know if this is even relevant, but there was the time when I gave money to somebody that was asking for money at a grocery store kind of thing. And there was I guess he was a cop, but he didn't have he was just shopping. And he told me, he goes, ma'am, he goes, I just want to let you know that these people are taking you for a ride. You know, and I kind of felt bad at first, and I thought to myself, I just thanked him. I said, okay, thank you. And I still gave it to the guy. But I thought, what if that one person is the one that really does need it? How am I going to judge? It's not for, if he's taking my money for bad things, then that's on him.
Right.
My intent was to help.
Yeah.
You know, so that's why I just kind of figured, well, I'm going to give money if I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to tell you too, Kirk told me something, my brother told me something once that I really liked, and I always remembered it, is that even if that person takes his money and goes to buy a bottle of wine or whatever, if it helps him to have some happiness for a half an hour or an hour or a half a day or something, is that a bad thing?
Yeah. It's not really happiness, though. It's like numbness.
Yeah, I know.
But that still is like your intent is to help.
Exactly.
And if you want to give them food instead of money, great.
Maybe that's a bad example.
Yeah.
But for me at the time, it felt like...
But that's the intent thing.
Right.
Yeah. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. Champagne.
I know empathy is a huge thing that Sylvia helped me with so much, because we would be doing 7 to 10 regressions a day over the weekend, and that's a lot.
Yeah.
You know, and she would tell us, you know, that it's okay, because it was like the first time I did it, I was like a puddle on the floor, you know, because you know all the stuff that I was hearing, and it helped me. I mean, this is me. I'm not saying that this is the way you should be, but this is how she helped me. And she was saying that it's good to have empathy, but not take on everything, because you have to be their intellect.
Right.
And you have to help them. You can't be crying with them.
Right.
You have to help them figure out what the issues are.
Yeah.
So that, for me, was everything.
Really? That
yeah.
pretty much says it all.
You can have empathy, but you still have, that's me. If you want to take on that, that's maybe your chart. That's great. But it worked for me so much better. And afterwards, I had energy.
See?
You know, and still helped.
See, that's awesome. Yeah. I really like that too, because you're right. Yeah. When we're in that more of I don't want to say a teacher position, or I just like the intellect position, then we can help others.
Yeah, people. Because they're a lot in the emotion, because they're in that past life.
Of course, yeah.
So,
or when we're comforting anybody with the emotional thing that's going on for them.
Yeah, because I mean, we used to have what do you call it, sit-ins, and
yeah,
I had one that would cry every time I had a regression, because she was feeling, you know.
What Vera's talking about is, you want to tell them what a sit-in is? They might not understand.
Whenever we were on the road, we had to have somebody sit in with us, you know, for safety.
Yeah, so she means a person that's there in the room.
And just taking notes.
Yeah, taking notes for the hypnotist or whatever.
Yeah. So, so I would have to like throw paper clips at her.
That's sweet. I'm new to the spiritual path.
Awesome.
Just want to say thank you, ladies, for helping me through this. You guys are gifted.
Oh, well, we all are. You are
exactly.
Too. We all are gifted. We all are.
The meditation and visuals help me break
shower.
Through those
Deborah,
times.
I love the shower one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, and Trexler was just in Yosemite, and the thing that she got to look out of her window, or where they were staying, oh my gosh, was a huge waterfall at Yosemite. Can you imagine?
Nice.
Oh, that would be awesome.
That's nice.
Yeah.
But that's one of the things, you guys, you can even use for tools for protection in the mornings, because Angus says do it morning, day, and night, morning, noon, and night, is to visualize something. It could be washing off negativity or cleansing through us, or anything that can help us to release any negativity.
And then when you
take a deep breath,
exhale off, it's down, so you can slough off the negativity.
Yeah, exactly. And then just breathe in that light and that
you know
rejuvenation.
What we should do? We should, next time we'll show them that, i.e.
Oh yeah, it's like a
water.
Chant. It's like a chant, like a
blessing.
And it
blesses the water.
Yes.
And it helps you through. I totally forgot about it.
If you guys ever research or see, you can see energy that people put into water. They look at molecules.
There was a Japanese scientist that did that. Yeah.
Yeah, if you check it out, you'll see it. They show the visuals of these molecules, and when people put love into the bottle of water, the molecules of the water were like a beautiful snowflake. And when they put hate and focused hate on it or negativity, it looked like
awful.
a decaying,
Yeah.
like a molecule that's half dead.
Yeah.
Like, it was really interesting.
We used to do it all the time, and I forget to do it.
Yeah, it's
you know who
really
I do
cool.
it for? I don't do it for myself, but I do it for the hummingbirds.
Yeah, she puts the chant
and the
and
hummingbird
the
food
blessing energy into
when I'm making the food.
Yeah, and so we'll teach you guys. We got this from the other side, actually, from Brother on the other side. He's a master teacher and a master healer like Angus is. He's on the other side, and so that's something that he's given us a lot to do.
Lori.
And then in a couple weeks, Vera wants to do, because she does it once a week. I mean, once a month.
Oh, the birthmarks.
The birthmarks.
So we're going to do it every, second week of the month?
Second Wednesday.
Yeah, second Wednesday of the month.
We have several.
Yeah. So that'll be
that
a
are
good
waiting
one.
for us.
But Lori, that's awesome. I like that. And yes, we can bless the Flint water. Definitely.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah. Especially if
that's
we all
really
do it. See, that
cool.
gave me chills again.
To activate all chakras. It's a long path. Oh, that's really nice. I like that.
Yeah, you guys have great ideas. I love it.
Yeah, life-size mirror in front of you. Any negative. Yeah, see, that's really good. Those are all great tools for protection.
Yeah, because when we first started telling people about the mirrors, remember when I think it was Francine, Sylvia's guide, was talking about placing mirrors on the outside? People would call at the office and wanted to buy the mirrors.
The mirrors.
It was so cute.
And then they also call for the sword.
Yeah.
You wanted to know what kind of sword to get. It's just, these are tools for protection,
Because
like spiritual visualization.
Yeah, they were new to the
Of course.
philosophy.
So. I'm sure I would have thought the same thing if I first heard it. But these are all spiritual techniques and visualization techniques.
Yeah, because that's part of my prayer. I put mirrors on the outside, facing out.
Yes.
Yep.
All right. Can you believe it's already been 32 minutes?
Oh, the volcano, you guys.
I know.
Things have to be done to protect this environment.
I
It's
know.
just the earth is starting to say, no moss.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
That's concerning.
Yes, we can send love and light. We definitely can.
Yeah.
I mean, our energy is powerful. We can do it.
I have an aunt that's up there.
Yeah.
I hope she's okay. All right. Okay, so Vera, was there anything else that we wanted to address for now?
I think it's been how long?
32 minutes.
Oh my gosh, let's make it one more, so it's 33.
Okay, we're almost there.
Yeah.
But, so that's just one example of how other past lives can be relevant to this life. And that's just one lifetime of being nuns together and how it's relevant to now.
Yeah. And
Fascinating.
if it resonates to you, then you were part of it. If it doesn't resonate to you, then you weren't part of it.
Yeah,
So
it's
go
really
with
cool.
what you feel inside.
Absolutely.
Oh, my move. It's going better.
Yeah.
It's almost done.
Yeah.
So,
Moving along.
yes. Angus told me to put my big girl panties on and stop complaining.
He has a way with words.
Yes, he does. All right.
All right. We love you guys. Thanks for joining us today.
Love you. Thank you.
Love you guys.